Hi everyone, welcome back to a new villager hunt for my 5-star island. For the last few episodes, I've been going around and trying to find specific villages for my island. And till date, we have found two new of them, one being Stitches and the second one being Judy. I almost forgot about Shino. She's also another villager I had on my list and was able to find in my previous episode. But of course, today we are gonna go ahead and find my fifth villager out of my list. The reason I say fifth and not fourth is because I was able to find another villager offline. This was not through villager hunt, but through a post offline where Marshall was actually moving out from one of the islands. I was lucky enough to reach to that person and actually get Marshall on my island, so I do have him now. We'll go ahead and check out his place later, but here is the empty plot which we are gonna try and fill today. This was Ace's house before. He's of course one of my favorite villagers, but unfortunately I do not have him on the list of villagers, so he had to leave. Anyway, here is the list of villagers that I'll be trying to find today. Hopefully we'll be able to find one by the end of this episode. I'm actually very excited for today's villager hunt, so let's quickly go ahead and start this. Here is our very first island. Let's see which villager we have on this one. And it's Violet. Okay. I'm actually not going to talk to her as we have talked to her before once. And we are just going to move on to the second island. I'm going to try and do this with all the other villages that we have met before. Alright, so here we are on our second island. And we have... Ooh, where's the villager? We have Cat. Okay. It's always nice to see a cat villager as I really like them. But unfortunately, she is not on my list, so I'm gonna move on to the third island. There's one more thing I have been doing offline, and that's actually keeping a count of the number of tickets I've been using for finding each of these villages. Till now, I was able to find most of my villages within 30 tickets. Stitches being around 15, Shino being around 12, and I think Judy was around 30 tickets. Let's see how much it actually takes for me to find another one of my villager. Here, of course, on the third island, we had Louis. I am actually seeing him for the first time, so I was pretty excited to talk to him. But we are gonna go to the fourth island. I'm also trying to keep a count of number of times I'm able to see the Money Island. As far as I know, Money Rock Island is kind of uncommon, so you wouldn't see it that much. But since I am having a lot of tickets, I think I'll actually try and see how many times I can find it. On the fourth island, we have Tad. Once again, a new villager for me. He's pretty cool, but I'm just gonna go on to the next one. Recently, while I was trying to play my game offline, trying to kick out one of my villagers, I have been checking out some other islands through Team Sequence, and I'm kind of being inspired by them, so I definitely have a couple of new ideas for my next island design. Maybe I'll be able to come back to this game and pick it up. I've also been thinking a lot about getting the DLC for this game, which is something I've been, waiting a long time for, so I might actually go ahead and do that. Either way, here we are on our fifth island and we have Leonardo. I think we have met him once before, but just in case I did go ahead and talk to him. On to my sixth island, we have Fruit Island. This is pretty helpful. But we have Deirdre. This is very sad because I did have Deirdre on my list, but I did switch her up at last for Diana. So I'm pretty sad that I'm actually finding her here. I was hoping I would not find her in one of my villager hunt. She's definitely one of my favorite villagers as well. I feel really bad, walking away from her and not inviting her to my island, but I have to do this. Alright, I'm just gonna go out. If I stay any longer on this island, I think I will go ahead and invite her, so I have to leave. Well, after that unfortunate encounter, I'm hoping I don't find any other villages that I really like. This is my seventh island and we have Iggy here. Okay, this is the first time I'm meeting him. I think he's cute. I actually really like the penguin villages. I think most of them are really cute. But we have to move on to the next one. I still can't believe I left Deirdre and came out. Anyway, this is my 8th island and we have Victoria here. Alright, I think I've seen Victoria at least once before. So we are gonna move on to my 9th island. Finally on my 9th island, let's see who we have here. We have... who is this? Whoops, did not mean to do that. We have Leopold. He's definitely super cute. I really like his coloring scheme, especially his hair. I mean, that is amazing. But of course, we have to move on. On to the 10th island. Here we are. Is this Money Rock Island? No. But we do have Chester here. I did have Chester once in my island and he has an amazing house, especially the interior design is super nice. But of course it's really nice to see him here on a deserted island. Now I'm not really sure if this is something that only happens to me, but whenever I go on a villager hunt, I tend to find villages that I've already seen before or villages that I did have on my island before. And it's very rare to find newer villages, especially like this one here. I mean, we did just meet Tad and we had him on the island once again. But one good thing is that I did find a Money Rock Island in my 12th ticket. And we have Sky here. Sky is pretty cool. I actually really like the wolf villages. I think they are on my topmost list of villages. So it's pretty cool to see Sky here. But I did have to move on to the 13th island. It's nice to see Renee here. I think I've never had her on my island, but I have seen her multiple times on a villager hunt. It's kind of a trend for me. Let me know in the comment section if this happens to you a lot, where you just end up finding the villages that you have had before or villages that you see as duplicates. Now when I do say duplicates, I mean finding villages that you have already seen when you did go on villager hunts. Alright, here we are on our 14th island and we have a dog villager. This is Benjamin. I think he has a unique design. I'm not really sure about his red colored eyes. It actually looks scary, but other than that, he is pretty cool. Moving on to my 15th island, here we are. It's one of those common islands again. We have a new villager that I've never seen before. Let me go ahead and talk to him before we go to the next one. Alright. This is Hipex. I think that's how it's pronounced. I really do not like his coloring scheme as well. I mean, what is he? Is he a yellow color or a greenish color? I'm really not sure. Island number 16. Let's see who we have here. And it is a rabbit villager. Is that Mira? I think it is. I have seen Mira in my campsite once before. I don't think it was in this island, but she is pretty cool. Anyway, on my 17th island, we have another horse villager. I'm not really sure what it is with today and horse villagers. Each time I go on a villager hunt, it seems like I find a different kind of villager. I think when I went on a villager hunt for Shino, we were able to find a lot of hippo villagers. And this time we have the horse villager here. Forgot to mention this, but that was the first time I actually met Ed. Anyway, we are on the next island. I think this is the 18th one. Here we have... is that a kangaroo villager? I think that's Astrid. We have met her a lot of times before. She was also in my village once, but let's quickly talk to her once. Yep, it is her. Anyway, I'm gonna go on to my 19th island. On island number 19, we are back to Sisterfoot Island. I am seeing this island a lot today. This is the third time we are on here. We have Charlie's here. I'm really sorry if I do mispronounce any of these villager names. Feel free to correct me in the comment section. It is night time in the game now. This is my 20th island, and I did have to step out for some time in between, and that's the reason why it's night. We are on another island which has hippo villager. I have no words to say, but this is Rocco. I had Rocco once before on my island. He is a pretty chill villager, but we are not gonna meet him again, hopefully. On my 21st island, we finally have the cliff island for the very first time on this villager hunt. Let's see which villager we have here. Astrid. I'm just gonna ignore her and move on. Come on, I mean, this is the third time I'm seeing her. On my 22nd island, please don't be Astrid. Please be anybody else than Astrid. Okay, at least we don't have Astrid, but this is another villager I had long time ago. Her name is Pango and she was in my very first island. I distinctly remember her because of her coloring scheme. I think she was a pretty cool villager. On my 23rd island now, we have... who is that? Ah, it's Shari. Okay. I guess we are just gonna move on to the next one. On my 24th island, we have Dina. Definitely a unique villager. Someone that I've never had on my island, of course. Alright, we will go ahead to our 25th one. Here is the 25th island and the very first waterfalls island for this villager run. I'm actually surprised to see Olive here. I had her in my previous island. For some reason, I really like these bear cub villagers. I've had almost all of them in my island at some point, even though they were on different islands. I think this is my 26th island. Hopefully, I do have the count correct. If not, I'm just gonna correct it at the end of this episode. Let's see which one we have here. Oh my god, it's Mitzi. I actually really like all the cat villagers, so I'm excited to see her here. She has been in all of my previous islands, and I'm just tempted to have her in this one, but we are just gonna resist her and go on to the next one. On my 27th island, we have Sisterfoot Island again. This time around, we have Queenie here. She's a pretty chill villager, but I'm gonna go on to the 28th one. Alright, on my 28th island now. It's actually getting pretty late here. As you might have seen the time, it's 10:30. I tried to record this game a bit more. Hopefully we'll find a villager by then. Here we are on the 29th island. We are very close to the number where we found Judy. Hopefully I'll find another one pretty soon, but not this island though. This is Tipper. Okay. I have seen Tipper in other people's island when I went through Dream Address, but not on mine though. Anyway, here we are on the 30th island, back on Sisterfoot Island. We have a villager that we have seen before, so I am gonna ignore him and move on to the next one. On the 31st island, we have Bamboo Island here. As for the villager, we have Tipper once again. Okay, I'm gonna go to the 32nd island. Hopefully for this one we don't have another repeat. We are back in Money Rock Island. Let me go ahead and go to the left side where we usually find the villager. We have a newer one. This is Aurora. She has a really black eye. I mean, there are no pupils in it. Either way, I'm gonna go to the next island. Island number 33 is a bamboo island and does not have the villager I want. We are just gonna go on to the next one. I'm sorry if I didn't talk to that villager. It's just that he freaked me out and I just had to leave. We have Bella on 34th island. Alright, another one of duplicates who I had on my island, so I'll go to the 35th one. Here we are on the 35th island. It is morning because I stopped playing after seeing Bella. I was getting so many repeats, so I decided to go ahead and change the time. But of course, here we have Rio, who is super cool. But of course, we are gonna try and play this game in the morning to see if that will help me get my villager. 36th island, and this is once again not a money rock island, but we do have a hamster villager. At least that's what I think it is. I'm really not sure which villager this is, as this is the first time I'm seeing them. It's actually Rodney, right? I don't know why they did it so bad for these hamster villagers. They look very bad in this game. I'm not sure if this is just me feeling like this or if other people think the same as well, but let me know in the comment section. 37th island, we have Nox. I'm actually getting pretty tired of trying to see all of these villages. I know it's just 37th ticket, but I have been continuously playing this game for a long time now. But I'm not gonna give up. Let's see who is next. This is the 38th island and we have Wolfgang here. On to my 39th island, we have another villager that we have seen before. Alright, I think the trend is just gonna go on. I am not sure why I'm seeing so many villagers that I've met before. We after all have a lot of villagers and I was really hoping for some newer ones. Never mind, this is my 40th island and once again another repeat. Let's see who we have on our 41st island. It's another hamster villager, but at least it's a newer one. Anyway, I did go to the 42nd island. Let's see who we have here. I know I've said this statement a lot in this episode, but it's seriously an easier way for me to say. Anyway, here we have Buzz. This is the first time I'm meeting him. He is a pretty cool color. I really like orange and violet, so any villager that is in that coloring scheme, I tend to like them more. Here on the 43rd island, we have another villager I have never met before. This is Flip and it's pretty cool to see another monkey villager because I've never met most of them. The only one I tend to remember is usually Shari. Alright, here we are on the 44th island. We have Pierce, at least that is what I think his name is pronounced as. Let me know if I was wrong. I would definitely want to kind of correct it. He is pretty cool. I have seen him multiple times before on a villager hunt. So we are going to move on to the 45th one. We have a bamboo island this time. Hopefully it's a villager. Never mind, it's not. I'm going to go to the next one. I'm not sure if this happens to everyone, but the more tickets I use, the lesser time I spend on an island. Let's go to the 47th island. I'm actually a bit nervous as it's Bamboo Island again. We have seen this one a lot today. And of course we have Shari here. I just went on to the 48th island. And we have another new villager. Alright, let me go ahead and talk to him. At this point, to be honest, I'm excited to see any new villager that I have never met before. At least it's better than seeing the same old duplicates. On 49th island, we have a new villager. That is good. We are on a roll with new villagers. Hopefully I'll find one from my list soon. This is Hug or Hugh. I am so sorry if I butchered that name. It was a bit difficult to pronounce, but he does have a pretty cool coloring scheme. On my 50th island now, and this is the largest I've ever spent the tickets. Usually I find my villager within 50 tickets, so I'm surprised that we're going more than that. Anyway, here we have Surflabot, who I did have on my island before. So this is pretty nice to see him here, but I'm gonna go to the next island. This is the 51st island. I'm not sure which villager that is. It is a rabbit villager. I'm kind of feeling bad for leaving Deirdre before. I could have ended this at 6 tickets, but I had to move on. This is Claude. Okay, this is the first time I'm actually seeing him. I think I've mentioned this before as well, but I've never seen some of these rabbit villagers, so it's pretty nice to see a newer one here. On to island number 52, we have... Where is the villager? Ooh, I think it's Marina. I missed her head over there. Let me actually just go and at least see or confirm if it's her. If it's her, we are gonna just go to the next island. And she is right here. Okay, pretty cool. Did guess her right. I mean, I guess it's very rare to see a pink villager, so usually it is her if you see pink. On my 53rd island, I actually found Willow, who is a super cute sheep villager. Definitely do have her on my list to invite to my island, but of course not now. Island number 54, we have... I've never seen this villager before. It's Rafina. Okay, a unique name, definitely. But I'm gonna go to the next island. On island number 55, let's see which villager we have here. And we have another hamster villager. Never mind. 56, here we are on Bamboo Island. We have a dog villager. We have Butch. Pretty cute, but sadly I can't invite him. I actually really like Bones, who is on my island as well. I think dog villagers and cat villagers are cute. Let me know which villagers you really like in Animal Crossing New Horizon. Anyway, here we are on 57th island and we have another repeat. I guess we can go on to the next island. Alright, here we are on 58th island. I've actually been recording for around an hour now, and I think I will stop at ticket number 60. If you don't find a villager that I have on my list, I'm just gonna leave it at that, and we are gonna try in the next episode. Alright, here we are on 59th island. Let's see who we have here. It's Drago, who is a pretty unique villager. I think he is super cool, at least his design is. I'm not sure about his house, but it's pretty cool to see him at least once in this villager hunt. Anyway, I think I will leave this episode at that. Unfortunately, we have not found any villagers that I wanted to find in this list, but hopefully we'll be able to find at least one in the next episode. Alright, so thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, and if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to my channel. If you'd like to support me more in a personal way, check out the links in my description, and I'll see you guys in the next one.